Y'all ain't getting it. Let me see. Touch somebody and say, don't be looking for twinkle, twinkle, little star stuff. We ain't trying to have no feel of spirit up in here. We looking more than that tonight. I'm looking for more than God to pay on my cell phone. I need more than gas in my car. Ain't nothing dramatic about that. I need more than pay on my insurance. I need more than food in my refrigerator, food on my table. Hold me in my right mind. Didn't have to do it, but it did. No, I'm a son. You a daughter of God. Yes, he did. He had to. Because God take care of his own. So don't be talking about he didn't have to do it, but he did. He had to. He said he would. Woo. Tell somebody, tell them, don't you ever say that again. God didn't have to do it, but he did. If he didn't do it, he wouldn't be God because he said he would do it. He made you a promise in time. Okay. All right. So, the first one in your life is going to be a what? Which means what? A dramatic shift. Okay? Second one, so God going to also, secondly, give me a spiritual shift. He's going to change how you see it in the spirit. Some of you, after tonight, spiritually, you're going to mature. You're going to quit having an adolescent spiritual relationship with God. And you're going to walk with perfection in the spirit realm. And you're going to learn how to believe God in the spirit for the impossible. That's dramatic shifting down now. Because I can't get in the natural until I first get shifted in the spirit. My level of faith always dictates my level of receiving. If I can't believe it, I can't receive it. And if I cannot come with God in agreement in a maturity level in the spirit realm, I'll never have it. I only talk about it. I only hope for it. I only wish one day it'll happen to me what's happening for somebody else. So the second one, you wrote yourself a letter and said it's going to do what, secondly? Third one, the next thing will happen is a power shift. Whew. God's going to give you unusual power. Oh, Jesus. Wow. That's somebody said, do you know how awesome this is? We just in the church building, but we ain't having church. We're about to become the best of it. Because we're about to live the best of it. Because now the best is made available. That's why I told you didn't shout, because we're not here for the shout. We're here for the change. Because if I shout and don't change, then I shouted for nothing. And I'm tired of shouting for nothing. Because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. And you got to have something if you're going to believe God. Because you don't believe God and keep coming up with nothing. So don't tell me God ain't doing it for you. If he ain't doing it for you, you ain't believing him right. Fourth shift is the economic shift. The economic shift. Your money is about to shift dramatically. You're about to take on a new lifestyle. Some of you, not all of you. Because everybody ain't going to believe. And don't put yourself, well, he probably ain't talking about me because I ain't got nothing. Well, it probably ain't going to happen for you then. But for the person that ain't got nothing to know he promised you something tonight, I'm talking to you. Okay? Okay? Y'all got that? Now read your letter back from God that he gave you. Now watch this. Every day until it happened, you read yourself that holy letter that God wrote you. Because that's a holy word. I said that's a holy word, Mary. That's a holy word, Elizabeth. And you carrying a holy thing. And the day you keep believing this until that baby holy will leap in you and come to pass. Sit down. Sit down. All right. Because you keep going back to what? Now I want to show you something. Okay? Now, the first part is called what? There's about to be a what? The conclusion is shift, which is what first? Paradigm shift. Secondly, spiritual shift. Thirdly, power shift. Fourthly, economic shift. Because when God can trust you with those three understanding, he always give you the last. Okay, now watch this. Hear me good. Because tonight, write down the second part of this message. And this is how we want to challenge. And again, let me help you. Right now, I'm not saying Satan and your enemies don't exist. Because it is real. They are real. But tonight, they are not the equation to this night. So what we can do, we can cut off some stuff we ain't got to deal with tonight. And the focus should be on just who? You and God. Because tonight God is confronting you. So the second part of the message is called this. Who's holding your ladder versus who's moving your ladder? And that's going to teach you how to get to these four things. Because I dare not come up in here to make you want to jump and shout about economic shifting and power shifting, paradigm shifting, and spiritual shifting, and you don't think you got to understand something. You got to have some clarity. And now who's excited about wanting this? Okay? Now, what was the second part of the message? Okay? You got to get this tonight, and this is why we're here tonight. The theme the Lord gave me concerning all of this is the first thing I want you to know the significance or the symbolic purpose and meaning of a ladder. Okay? Because the message is again called what? Who's what? Holding who? Your ladder. Not mine. Not somebody, yours. Nobody needs to miss this tonight. It's too life-changing. It's one of these things, if I had to use the bathroom, I believe I used it on myself tonight. No, go on and use the bathroom. I ain't going to tell you today. We don't need you to be like that. Y'all, you think you can handle this tonight? Okay, let me help you with this. Okay. The first thing we need to understand, the ladder represents, number one, life success. So who's holding your life success? Now, we don't got rid of the devil and the enemy. So we ain't talking about the devil don't want me to do it. My enemy's trying to hate on me. We ain't dealing with no enemy and devil tonight. They have no authority over you. Your decisions belong to you. The enemy only gives you an imagination to choose if you want his decision. But it's still your decision to make. So the first thing we understand, the ladder means life what? So who's holding your life success? Or who's moving your life success? The second one, ladder, means promotion. How many of you have been dealing with and struggling with, especially in this season, when it looked like you should be set up, you haven't set back? And you're saying to yourself over and over, I should be further than this. Well, we're going to find out who's been holding your ladder. Okay? First one is called what? Second one is called what? The next one is called strategic levels. Ladders represent strategic levels because it has many steps. Psalms 37:23 says this. The steps of a righteous man is what? Ordered by God. So your steps are what? Ordered. The word ordered means what? Preordained. Every decision you made, God have gave you two different preordained decisions. Whether you want to step up or step down. But God said, I ordained both of them. Live or die. Blessings or cursing. I've set the order in place. You have to choose who's holding your ladder. Touch somebody and tell them there is no wiggle room tonight. Tonight, none of us, including me, get to look at nobody to blame. Not if it's my decision. If it's my decision, then what's holding me or what's moving me? And it's my decision. Okay? First one, ladder means what? Second one? Thirdly? And fourthly, anybody want to take a stab? Cosmic experience. Cosmic experience. Which means you don't run out of steps. That's why I got 3 different ladders here. Why? Because when I run out, that don't dictate I'm finished. It just dictates, do I want to stay there? Y'all ready? Now let me help you tonight. Let's go back and look at this. Verse 1 and 2 begin by who's talking? Elijah. What is Elijah saying? He's prophesizing what? An economic shift. Okay? Watch this. What does shift mean? Change. Move. Watch what Jeremiah say shift means. Jeremiah 1 verse 12 and 13, it says, once God asked Jeremiah, what do you see? Jeremiah gives him the revelation of the vision that he saw, and he says this to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 12, 13. He says, I will hasten. The word hasten there means shift, which means move, change. Now watch this, because we know how to quote scripture, memorize scripture, but we don't know interpretation. Now Jeremiah said, I will hasten or shift, move, change what? My word. What? I'm going to change my word. I'm going to shift what I said I'm going to become. Y'all ain't got it, do you? Because whatever God say, he becomes. So he become it before he do it. But you got to believe he said it before it happened. He said, I will hasten, I will shift, I will change, I will move. What? To perform my word. I will accelerate. How many ever drove a 5-speed vehicle? A 5-speed vehicle, every time you shift, what happened? It accelerates. God said your life is about to shift. You're going to move from automatic to learn how to shift manually again. I'm going to speed up the process. I'm going to shift your financial structure. I'm going to shift your social structure. I'm going to shift your power structure. I'm going to shift your business structure. I'm going to shift every capacity till you understand strategically I set you up for such a time. Ooh. It's hard standing up here tonight. I'm telling you, the anointing is weighty, kebab up here tonight. Tell somebody, say, get ready for the shift. Let me say it again. Get ready for the shift. Let me see how you catch it in the spirit realm. Get ready for the shift. Let me see how you catch it in the spirit realm. Get ready for the shift. See, you missed it. I kept telling you. See, when I didn't know how to drive a straight drive, I was driving it, and I'm still in first gear. My dad would say, shift. When I said get ready for the shift, you ought to shift it. Your problem is you stayed in the same gear. That's how we missing it. God is saying shift, and you staying where you are. You killing the engine. You're messing up the transmission. Because you still think you're driving something automatic. But if he's hastening the word, God is telling you it's time to shift. Woo, time to shift. Woo. Why? Because you're picking up speed. Whew. All right. All right. I got to slow it down. Y'all, we got somewhere to go. Who's already being changed? Touch somebody and tell them you ain't doing nothing different because you ain't shift. That's why you're burning out the clutch. That's why you fatigued. That's why you're aggravated. That's why you're frustrated. You're burning the clutch out. You're riding it rather than shifting. Okay, all right. Y'all sit back down. Y'all sit back. I'm trying to move. Y'all move quickly. Whew. God help me get through this patiently. Okay, let's do this. Okay, y'all go back. Okay? Got to shift. But I never told you to go back where you came from. I just said go back. Who's holding your ladder? Why you didn't get somebody else's chair? Why, if you came from the back, you thought you had to stay in the back? You was in the front, you thought you had to stay in the front. Why when someone came there, you said, well, we can just sit right beside us, because I ain't planning on doing a whole lot of sitting tonight anyway, because I'm planning on doing a whole lot of shifting. We got to make up some time. Y'all got to sit down. I need y'all to sit down. I understand y'all anxiously want something, but tonight it's all God. It's all God. We ain't trying to make nothing happen. It's going to happen by itself. And it's going to happen through you. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I'm totally leaning and depending on him tonight. I told God, make sure Tommy don't even try to glimpse, peep, or whisper tonight. God, I want you to not just shut him down, sit him down, but get Tommy out of the way so you can be God all by yourself. Ooh. Okay, y'all sit down. Sit down. Okay? Now, let's deal with this. When you go back to 2 Kings, what happened? What does the first thing happen? Who's talking? Elisha, the prophet. He's talking about a what? An economic shift. He don't talk about what's wrong. He talks about what's about to shift, to change. Your problem is, well, we can't go there yet. We better hold off on that one. Now, his predecessor, Elijah, talks about a climate shift. How many know his predecessor Elijah said it ain't going to rain for how long? That's a climate shift. But his successor Elisha talks about an economic shift. You have to understand what season you are and up under what mandate or mandate is now declaring it. Because you can be still talking about some climate stronghold and warfare when now is the time for reaping, not just. Who just got help? Who just got help? Now watch this. Let me help you. So the Bible says he prophesies about an economic shift. When he prophesies about an economic shift, what do verse 3 and 4 says? Can you tell me? It talks about 4 leopards. What is verse 3 and 4 saying? Notice they are what? Leopards. Which mean they have a what? Which leaves them with a what? Because what I want to talk to you tonight about is who's holding your ladder versus who's moving your ladder. Is people that are holding your ladder are the people that manage your ladder. Okay? Which simply means they manage your condition. People that move your ladder are the positional ladder people. Which means they never focus on your condition. They only focus on your position in life. Because the ladder represents what? Life of success. So you cannot be focusing on someone's condition and trying to get them to the life success. Because the condition does not predetermine what have already been spoken. Oh, you're going to make me work. Now watch this. Because if there is no devil and there is no enemy, then everyone we're talking about with you is people who? That care for you. So whether they're managing your ladder or moving your ladder, they still care for you. So ain't no enemy, ain't no devil. But it's not the enemy or the devil that's keeping you from excelling. It's the people that loves us, befriend us, and church with us, associate with us, friendly with us, and genuinely care for us that sometimes stop us because we don't know the difference between managing ladder and positioning them. Y'all gonna make me work now. So what are these 4 lepers talking about in verse 3 and 4? Because they got a what? Condition. But verse 3 and 4, they're not talking about the condition. What are they talking about? They're talking about their position in life. It's the narrator that says the condition they have, leprosy, skin disease. But their conversation never talks about their condition. Because as long as you keep dealing with your condition, you're managing your elevation. Watch this. Watch this. The Bible tells us that they're there because everyone with their condition belong there. God will sometimes cause a crisis to hit your life, but don't curse your crisis. Because now watch these 4 lepers. I promise you, it will bless you if you hear in the spirit realm. Don't judge this word. Let this word breathe into you. These 4 lepers only talk about, if we sit here, we're going to what? If we go back, we're going to what? So now they're giving up information to make a what? About what? Their next position. When they decide, they're going to do what? Get up and do what? Come in. Get up and do what? Make a step forward and a step up. What happened? They elevate above everyone else that was in that condition. And guess what? They still got the condition. So guess what? Their condition never changed. Their position changed. Because your condition can bind you where you are, but your position calls you to elevate even with the condition. So when you let religion and church folk and people that don't have clarity of God, they will predetermine how high you could go evaluating your condition. Take a step back right quick, son. Don't go far. I'm going to use you tonight. Watch this. Watch this. They do what? Step up. When they step up, what happened? God positioned them for a better life. Paradigm shift. Paradigm shift. Spiritual shift. Power shift that brings them to what? Economic shift. We'll talk about it more later. When I searched the Word of God, I came to a conclusion that until we fully evaluate the people that manage our ladder versus the people that position our ladder, move our ladder, it will predetermine what we're going to do next, how far we're going to go next, and what we're going to have next. Are you ready for this? Watch this. Watch this. Business people. Who's business owners here? Who has a mindset of being business owner? What is the first thing you want to do with your business? You want to blow it up, right? Well, how you going to do it? Before you do all that, how you going to do it? Who you going to hire? Donnie said it. People that can manage or work it, right? Wrong. 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 And that's what society taught us. Because people that you hire to work for you can only manage it for you. They can't help it grow. So that means if you don't get no more work, they ain't going to work no more. That's why your stuff ain't growing. Because they managing working for you, but they can't. You got to hire people that position themselves in front of you that they don't get their hand dirty. They just make sure you keep your hand up. You got to get positional ladder people in your life. You don't get conditional managed people in your life, because all they'll never need from you is a job and a paycheck. And long as you keep giving them work, they'll keep showing up and they'll manage it for you, but they'll never grow your business. So you want to hire more people, but your business ain't growing. That's why it ain't franchised yet. Y'all don't even know how powerful. Let me get away from that, because that. You do not grow by people that manage your ladder. People that manage your ladder hurt you. This have changed my life. I pray it changed yours like it changed mine. Watch this. Come here, Chris. Matthew 16 says this. Peter had just spoken a revelated word. Had got a spiritual revelation who Jesus was, right? Matthew 16:23 says what? Jesus had to do what? Rebuke who? Peter. Why? Because Peter's trying to manage his ladder. How's he trying to manage his ladder? Jesus is telling the disciples, I got to climb up the ladder called Calvary. I got to die. What do Peter say? You can't die. We can't let this happen. So what if I stop you from getting in your position is because now I'm caught up in your condition. And if I'm caught up in your condition, I'm not helping you, I'm hurting you, because I'm trying to manage where you should be rather than where you need to be. And you got too many people in your life love you, care for you, but they're managing your hurt, they're managing your pain, they're managing your situation, they're managing your confusion, and that's wrong. The reason you're not going upward is because you got too many people that manage your ladder. Who's still being helped? What Jesus say? What did he say to Peter? He said, I rebuke you. Watch this. Here's Jesus. Here's Peter. Here's Jesus. Peter's doing this. Jesus sees this. He recognized, I just complimented you, Peter, yesterday. You spoke as God. But today, you speak like a devil. So he tells what? Who did he tell? He said, Satan, get what? Why? Because you're not going to stop me from climbing. Because when you know your position in life, you don't allow your condition in life dictate. Step back down. Just getting started. Anybody want to go on for another run? Watch this. Watch this. So, watch what we find out here. Jesus understands he have to have people that knows how to move his ladder. Because people that can move your ladder position you for success. And it's not that they're insensitive to your hurt, your pain, but they can't allow your pain and their pain dictate you can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing. Why? So if I'm looking at you, this don't happen in your family, this don't happen in your relationship, this don't happen in your business, and you're going through the, Chris, be encouraged, Chris. Hang on in there, Chris. Keep your head up, Chris. Just sit down and rest a while. Take your sabbatical moment. Maybe you don't need to do this now. Just hang on out right now. People don't care about you right now. They're using you right now. They're taking advantage. You've been there for them, but they ain't there for you. Just keep staying back, Chris. Let them go up. Let them go up. You stay back. What am I doing to you? I'm hurting you. But I love you. I love you. I'm protecting you. I'm making sure you don't get messed up. But I'm managing your condition. I'm not moving your position. And God didn't call you for your condition. He called you because of the position where he placed you ahead, not behind. Second Corinthians chapter number 12 says that Paul had a experience. He said, I knew a man 14 years ago, whether in the spirit or out of the spirit, I cannot tell. I just know such a man was caught up to the third heaven and saw things, heard things, experienced things that cannot yet be uttered on earth. But he said, but such a man, when I came back down, I got a condition that Satan came up and buffeted me, bullied me, created a thorn in my flesh, that whether it affected my vision, whether it affected my statue, whether it affected my growth, whether it affected my body, I don't totally know. All I know, I prayed to God 3 times, please move this condition from me. God said, my grace is sufficient for your position, even though you got a condition. Somebody better bless him here tonight. God don't bless the condition, he bless the position. And if you're out of position, he don't care about you having a condition. Y'all don't even know what y'all just got. So, touch somebody and tell them, you better move past your condition and get people away from you that manage your condition. Because they're hurting you and themselves. I wish I had somebody want to be. Watch this. Jacob. Oh, I'm going to give you a straight up word of God, Old and New Testament. Jacob, come here. Well, Genesis 28 talks about, before Genesis 28, Genesis 25 prepares us for the prophecy and the fulfillment of Jacob's life. God wrote him a letter in time. While he was still pregnated in his mother's womb, with his twin brother Esau, his older brother Esau, God says the younger will be greater. Time is being fulfilled. Jacob takes on a lot of condition. That Genesis 28 comes and God gives Jacob a vision, a dream of a ladder from heaven. And angels are ascending and descending from the ladder. He speaks to Jacob about the vision, the dream. He said, I'm going to bless you like this ladder. And you're going to be going up and down. You're going to experience great shifts. So don't forget this place. Time goes on. Jacob has another condition. Your condition will make you go in cycles. And make sure when you're having a cycle, people are not attracted to your condition, rather than your position. Watch what happens. Jacob comes along. When Jacob comes along, Genesis chapter 32, beginning in verse 24, Jacob comes along. God does what? He confronts him. Jacob does what? Wrestle with God. When he wrestled with God, what happened? There's a shift. What is the shift? That brings change. What does the change bring? When God knocks Jacob's hip out of balance, out of joint, he still changes him. But he don't change his condition. He changes position. So now he shows him your name is no longer Jacob by your condition, but you're Israel because of your position. So now he tells him about his position. Jacob walks away with her because God will still take you where you're supposed to be if you understand you still got a thorn in your flesh. I wish I had some help right there. Your problem is you think the cleaner you make yourself, the more holy you become. God said, no, you still become dirty, but I still use you because I never use you. I use the position where I call you to be. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all ain't hear me. So Jacob, even though God had moved him for the position, he still got a what? Did God ever heal his limp? Did God ever heal his limp? So what did God heal? His position. God's going to bless you in position. That's why the enemy always tries to take your condition and take you out. Let me help you again. Y'all want some more? Let me help you again. The man at the pool, he had a condition how long? 38 years. Jesus shows up. When Jesus shows up, what happened? Do he talks about the man's condition? He said, I saw you had a condition that long, but he talked about his what? Position. What was his position? He said, get up. Don't let your condition keep you down when your position calls you to come up. Sit down. Sit back. We're going somewhere. Y'all think y'all ready to understand where we're going now? Y'all still want this? Let me see. Take this moment and write yourself another letter. Part 2, second chapter of your letter. And ask yourself this question. Who are my managing people of my ladder in my life that manage my condition? And who are the movers that push me to my position? Write yourself that letter. Whether you like what I say tonight or not, it's still going to be God. Because I'm here for God tonight. You got to ask yourself, if you're going to come up and get everything God has for you, you got to move the people that tries to manage your condition. That's why Jesus says he calls Peter a devil. He calls Judas a what? A friend. Now who's the devil in reality? Judas. So why do he call him a friend? Because Judas helped him get in position, even though he betrayed him. Peter tries to keep him from getting in position. And God said, you're a devil if you think I ain't going to get through and go through what God don't call me to be. Whether they don't like me, hate me or not, I'm still going to get there. Because what somebody think about you don't dictate what God said you're going to be. And if you allow people talking against you from getting here, it's because you got people that manage you from not being there. To the business people again. How many employees work for you? And how many people that create your business for marketing, that create you jobs? And so I tell you after tonight, you can pray about it 20 more times. Ain't nothing going to happen. Until you get people that you hire and pay better to make you better. Sometimes you got to cut the workers so you can hire those that don't work, but they the thinkers. It's the thinkers that make you money, not the workers that make you money, because the workers need a paycheck. The thinkers need to make sure as you go up, they get compensated. I wish I had somebody that know I just blessed some businesses up in here. People, watch this, watch this. People that are your positional people, position your ladder, move your ladder, they will show you what it is that you can't see. But your problem is you want people to be either equal with you or less than you because you need to be the smartest one in the room. If you're the smartest one in the room, you're the dumbest one in the whole place. Because that means you have not given yourself to grow. Because you don't have nobody that'll challenge you to grow. You don't need people to keep telling you how great you are, how anointed you are, how gifted you are, how special you are, how great and wonderful you are. You got to tell people that's in your life, say it is important to me that you be great, but right now you're stinking in this area, and until you clean that up, I'm here to help position you, not to babysit you. Ooh. You're only attracted to people that tells you yes. You only attracted to people that compliment you. People that compliment you all the time try to manage you. Because the reason they got to keep complimenting you because they need you to feel special so they can be special for being with you. Who did I just bless? But people that need all that kind of compliment is insecure. I don't need everybody to pat me on my back. I don't need nobody to tell me how wonderful it is. If I got to still know I'm wonderful and this and that, something wrong with me. It's too much, ain't it? I got to hurry and get you. Watch this. Come here, Chris. Watch what happens here. Let's deal with this woman with the issue of blood. For 12 years, she had what? A condition, issue of blood. So better got what? Why? Because she had people to manage her ladder. It's only she moved away from people that managed her ladder. And she did what? Found her position. What happened? Immediately, she got what? Y'all missing it. Your condition is killing y'all tonight. Because you ain't got people in your life to position you. Now watch this. Come here, Chris. Okay, go ahead, Chris. Go on, 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 Chris. What I do? I position him. Come down, Chris. Watch this. I position him. Okay? Watch this. I'm going to manage your ladder. Act like you want to go. No, Chris, don't do it. You're going to get hurt, man. I don't want you to get hurt. You might fall, man. You might mess your back up, man. You too old to do that, man. It ain't your time to be doing all that no more. Let somebody else do that now. So what happened? He gets your position. Why? Because the ladder also means created opportunity. That means if you don't take advantage of your opportunity, somebody else will. Because somebody else is waiting to get where you are because they know you got the potential to be there, but you don't have the faith to believe you can step up. Okay, step back. Watch this. I'm about to close. Y'all, this is too much for y'all. It might happen to anybody tonight. Who's this happen tonight? Watch this. Come back, Chris. Come back here. Watch this. I'm your positional ladder mover, right? Come on, Chris. Step up, Chris. Step up, Chris. Step up, Chris. Step up, Chris. Step up. Step. What am I doing? I'm motivating him. I'm believing he can do something that he kept looking at all night, but he wouldn't have did it if the left eye didn't motivate him. Because I'm his positional mover ladder. Now, what happened? You climbed all the way up there. How long are you going to stay there? Because you got to make sure the positional leader that's in your life don't make you believe that's now as far as you're going to go. So when your positional leader say, Chris, you can move now. Why? Because you don't maximize that. You ready for new height. You ready for new depth. You ready to go higher. You can do it, Chris. I know you can do it. Why? Because long as you up there, I'm going to support you. Long as you up there, you ain't going to fall on my watch. Why? Because if you fall, I'm going to catch you. If you fall, you can lean on me. Come back. I wish I had somebody that understand you need some movers and shakers in your life. Sit down. Sit down. Is this happening? You so far? Now ask yourself, right back on that piece of paper, and say, who's in my life, in my season right now, that push me when I'm in pain? Because pain makes gain. No pain, no gain. So your condition gave you a pain to motivate you. I ain't going through this for nothing. So that means if I'm sitting there bench pressing and I'm doing now a reps of 8 and I've only did 6, I got 2 more to go. I got to have me a spotter. And that spotter got to say, man, push. I know it's heavy. I know you're tired. But go ahead. I got you. I'm spotting you. I need somebody to shout to the glory of God. You got to have a spotter in your life. You got to have a pusher. Ooh. You can't have people in your life that is crying with you. You got to remind them, I'm going to make you cry more because you're going to push. I know you're hurting, but you're going to get up from here. I know you're hurting, but you're going to walk today. I know you're hurting, but you're going to do something today. I know you're depressed, but you ain't going to lay in this bed. I know you feeling like giving up, but you ain't going to give up today. I need somebody to push. Watch this. Can you handle a little bit more? For my time to live. And I ain't got nowhere. Nowhere. Ooh, I ain't got nowhere. Mark chapter 2 talks about a paralyzed man that's laid bedridden. And there's 4 positional movers that moves his ladder. He's in line with other people that's managing other people. And people that manage you waits with everybody else. Because they keep sitting with you in your waiting room. And you don't know how long you're going to be at your spiritual ER. But all you know, you in pain, you're just going to lay around. But you got to help people like these movers and shakers that takes this man and see this line. Come here, Chris. Come here, Tony. Come here, Lonnie. And recognize, listen here. We don't know how much weight's on you, but all we know, we're going to get you where you need to be. We don't know who been managing you to make you believe you okay right here. But all I know today, it may be a little bit uncomfortable with us. And you may be comfortable with somebody else, but we're not here to make you comfortable. We're not here to be your friends. We ain't here for you to like us. You ain't even, when we leave, you can dog us up. All we know, you getting up, man. And when we get you up, all we know, we're going to put you here until we go up. And what we got to understand, whatever your roof have been is about to become your platform. Because what's been over your head is about to get under your feet. Somebody ought to push. Somebody ought to push. Touch somebody, tell them, my roof is about to be my platform. What's been over my head is about to get under my feet. My time is running out. Who is this changing, not just touching? Now, in the beginning I said, the people that manage your ladders, what? Loves you, care for you. They genuinely want the best for you. But it's hurting you more that they're managing your condition. Because they're catering to your needs. And what used to be your needs have become your wants. So they're convincing you, you can't do nothing. You need to now depend all on me. So if I'm going to become your dependent, I need to make all your decisions. You just codepend on me. Because I'm going to be like your blood pressure medicine. I'm not going to cure your blood pressure. I'm just going to treat it and regulate it. Because you taking it is not your antidote. It's just now a temporary solution until you depend on what it is that's treating you. And if you ever stop trying to depend on me from your condition, you're going to have withdrawal as if now you got to have me. I'm going. Y'all ain't ready to have no. A little softer, fellas. You here tonight. Who's managing your ladder? And who's moving your ladder? that when you get to a certain place, they know you've outgrown that place. So I'm not going to let you get hurt by people because they can't handle you being this high. Why? Because that's not our focus. I'm not in your life. Come here. Come on up. I'm not in your life as you're going higher to tell you now you up there and I'm here while I'm supposed to be managing you. Mika don't like you. Cassandra don't like you. Sophia got a problem with you. Because now what's happening? You become a distract, and what could happen? And that's going to cause you to what? You're not in nobody's life to talk about who don't like who. You ain't in nobody's life to keep being a talebearer. You ain't in nobody's life to keep talking about problems. You in somebody's life to say, listen, man, don't worry about what they saying. Don't worry about what they saying, man. You got to get ready to go to that place. Man, you got to get ready for the airplane. You got to get ready for your ministry. You got to get ready for your business. Man, ain't nobody got it. So what just happened? What just happened? He went faster up this ladder than he did that ladder because God will hasten to his word to change that he has. I wish I had some help up in here. So God going to take you higher now than he did then. Stand, catch your hands in this place. I don't have enough time.